Alright, y'all, come to me what I wanted to talk about. Um, we grew up with my daddy had a friend, preacher friend. My daddy was a preacher, and he had a preacher friend who they were about the same age, and they had the same number of kids, almost the same age, except the youngest of theirs was a few years older than me, but it worked out that they had two older girls and one younger boy. The boy was the youngest. And then we had the two older boys, and then me, I was the youngest and only girl. So the daddy of the other family, I call him my other daddy. Daddy is what I refer to. I know it's spelled daddy, but we said daddy and daddy. And my other daddy wanted so desperately for the three of us. I think he thought that, why in the world would the friends have families that worked out like that? Two boys in one family and a younger girl, and then the other one, two older girls and a younger boy. And we were all within a year or two of each other. Well, it didn't work out because the oldest girl from that family got married first, and we always went on trips together. Let me just start by saying that my oldest brother, y'all, there are no words to describe the humor around him. I mean, he was one of the funniest human beings that ever set foot on the face of this earth. And crazy and horse loving, cowboy, redneck, fighting, broken boots, whole 9 yards. So he wasn't exactly worried about whether the girls were after him, and he certainly wasn't looking for one because it cut in on his hunting time and dog, selling and swapping and horse training and singing and all that mess. So then my other brother he was not. I'm not saying he was snobby, but he was more interested in having the friends and getting along with everybody and being well known for, but he did turn out to be a preacher, and he's nowadays he's doing great things with what he learned to do. And then there was me, and I was raised by two brothers, and honestly, the redneck cowboy fighting one wasn't the one that was as rough on me so much as the other one was, but I won't I won't tell him that because he won't admit it. And then so back to this family of ours. After the oldest daughter got married and it messed that equation up, then my middle brother got married. And honestly, me and my oldest brother were the last ones to leave the house. We got married and moved out in the same year. I mean, within a month of each other. But it turned out that me and the youngest boy of this other family were supposed to be able to save the situation. And I'll tell you people that they did their best, especially my other daddy. I mean, he would not even tolerate if my mama tried to fix me up with some boy, which I did not anyway, because I wasn't, interested in them. They were aggravating, and I thought they all just were just a pain in the butt. And I had a rule that if I arm wrestled them and beat them, I sure wasn't gonna date them. And there was plenty of them that I could, because my daddy used to make me do push-ups before I went to bed. Anyway, so recently I got back with this family, and I want y'all to know that the boy, the man, he's now a man. I'm 49, so he's 51 or two. But either him or his mama said now to his wife that you might want to get over there by him because he might get tackled in reference to me. And I said, "Are you kidding me?" It was like, yes, I was tough. I ain't gonna deny that. But I did not go out looking for a fight. But if you mess with me, I would clip you. That's right. And my daddy also taught me that there wasn't no such thing as a fair fight. So if you had to go to fighting, and I did with him, he was always jumping on me. Or hurting my feelings. Not really, because you couldn't hurt my feelings unless I really gave a crap about you. And, I just didn't really, he irritated me, so he wouldn't hurt my feelings, but he'd put me down, or he'd throw me down, or knock me down, and I'd come back. And so my daddy always says, especially for girls, there ain't no such thing as a fair fight. You scratch, you pull hair. I mean, nuts, whatever you gotta do. Excuse my German or French or whatever. And so anyway, it didn't quite work out, but he's happily married. He got two young kids that are in Christian college right now, or older kids that are doing great. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. I just thought that was a funny story. But when I mentioned to him that I don't know why he tried to say that I was always jumping on him, because he started it. And he was always messing with me. He beat me to death, half to death. But then I would come back with pulling his hair out and things like that. And so therefore, he said that he had to do what he had to do because I was raised by brothers. Well, whatever. Anyway, I think that's everything. Oh, one other thing. I want to tell you the story about my daddy. One more share. I want to share a story with my daddy. We always used to go on trips with his family, and we'd go in the mountains of North Carolina, etc. And they would always see cows on. I used to think it was cows on the side of the mountain, and my daddy would say that they were mountain cows because they were left facing the mountain cows and right facing the mountain cows. And let me just tell you, my daddy was a preacher, so if he was going to tell you his story, you knew it was going to be a line of bull, y'all. I mean, but he would make it such a story that it could not be not true. It cannot be a lie. So therefore, these mountain cows, they were left facing mountain cows, right facing mountain cows, and they could walk around the mountain and they could talk to each other. But then I recently found out that that was not cows, it was goats. Actual goats. If you take a mountain goat off a mountain and stand him on flat ground, he's gonna fall over. So next time I'm gonna tell you about how my daddy lost his butt when he was in the army during the war in Fort Bragg, Georgia. I have to tell y'all that one. That's a pretty good one. Bye, y'all.